There is a God in heaven who reveals secrets and foretells the future. No matter how bad things get, God is in control. He knows the end from the beginning. He loves you supremely, and he wants you to know what the future holds. In Daniel 2, the king of Babylon received a dream from God foretelling the rise and fall of the world's great empires, but he did not understand it or remember its details when he awoke. This dream forms the foundation for understanding the great prophecies of Daniel and Revelation. That's why God sent Daniel to explain the king's dream, so we too may know its meaning. Daniel confirmed the king's dream by telling him he dreamed of a great image whose head was made of gold, its chest and arms of silver, its belly and thighs were brass, its legs were iron, and its feet were part iron and clay. Then a stone smashed the image on its feet, breaking it into pieces, and the wind came and blew it all away. Afterwards, the stone grew into a great mountain and filled the whole earth. You can read this in Daniel 2:31 through 35. Next, Daniel explains the dream, which is found in Daniel 2:37 through 45. He tells the king that he is the head of gold, meaning his kingdom of Babylon, and that other inferior kingdoms would follow his. These were represented by the silver, brass, and iron. Daniel adds the fourth kingdom will be divided. These divisions are represented by the feet and 10 toes, which were made of iron and clay. History tells us God's prophecy was true. Babylon, the head of gold, ruled from 605 BC to 539 BC, at which time the joint forces of the Medes and Persians under command of Cyrus the Great destroyed Babylon. The Medo-Persian kingdom ruled from 539 BC to 331 BC. The Medes and Persians were represented by the chest and arms of silver, one arm representing the Medes and the other the Persians. Both powers united for the destruction of Babylon. Then the Grecian army under Alexander the Great destroyed the Medo-Persian kingdom and ruled from 331 BC to 168 BC. Greece was represented by the belly and thighs of brass. Rome was the kingdom of iron which destroyed Greece. Rome ruled with its cruel iron weapons from 168 BC to 476 AD. The Roman imperial capital, or its center of power, was originally located in Rome. Then Emperor Constantine relocated and refounded Rome's capital in Constantinople, holding its dedication on the 11th of May in the year 330 AD. Thus, the two legs of iron on the statue represent the two governing regions of the Roman Empire, the one being in Rome and the other being in Constantinople, the one religious, the other political. When Rome fell, it was divided by 10 separate barbaric nations, which could never again unite into one kingdom and rule the world as the prior nations did. These 10 nations are represented by the 10 toes of iron and clay. They eventually became the nations of Europe as we know them today. We are now living in the time period of the toes within this prophecy of Daniel chapter 2. It's during this time period that the powers of church and state become mingled. This is represented by the mingling of the iron and clay. Please note that the strength of the iron continues from the legs into the feet and toes. The Iron Kingdom of Rome was a cruel, persecuting power. The mingling of church, represented by the clay, with the state, represented by the iron, will bring persecution upon God's people as the church uses the power of the state to enforce its decrees. This is exactly what happened during the Dark Ages that followed the fall of the Roman Empire. Finally, by reading Daniel 2:44 and 45, we clearly see the stone which smashed the image on its feet represents the coming kingdom of God, or the second coming of Jesus. The prophecy says that in the days of these kings, or during the days of the toes, the days we are now living in, God will return and set up his kingdom. Isn't that exciting? This means the next great event to happen within the prophecy of Daniel 2 is the second coming of Jesus. Since the Bible has accurately predicted these events over the course of 2,600 years, you can be sure the Bible is a book that can be trusted, and you can know that God is still in control. Please remember this information because it provides the framework of time for which many of the other prophecies are built. I encourage you to draw close to Jesus every day through your own personal prayer time and Bible study. May God be with you. To learn more, email stmedia.co@gmail.com with your name and address for the free book, The Great Controversy Between Christ and Satan. Available within the continental United States while supplies last. Outside the continental U.S., we'll send you the book in PDF format. So please email us today with your name and address, and we'll send you this free book, The Great Controversy, Past, Present, and Future. That address again is stmedia.co@gmail.com. May God bless you as you seek to learn and follow His will for your life as found in the Holy Bible. One final note, please do not request this book if you already have a copy in your home. Thank you, and God bless you.